This is not a test. Don't expect to be impressed. Put on your life vest. Sit down your armrest. It's time to stray from the grind. Don't take my hand, 'cause you'll find no peace of mind. Side quest.
Hi there, and welcome to another side quest. The episodes we do in between our continuing adventures. What do we do on side quests? Sometimes we have guests, sometimes we discuss pop culture, sometimes we play new games, and sometimes we do something a little off the wall. Today we're going to be playing Am I the Asshole, something we do in our Mimic Chess Discord exclusive secret podcast, except for when we just put it on YouTube anyway because we're bored. It's a fun game where we go through Reddit's Am I the Asshole thread and decide who is an asshole and who isn't. Sometimes it is the poster, sometimes it is not the complainant, sometimes it's probably us. Who do we have playing today? We have myself, Steve Weverill, we have Robert Bevan, and joining us for the first time in this endeavor, MK Gibson. Gibby, hello.
I get you brought me in, so I guess I'm the asshole. How's everybody doing today?
We're all assholes. There are no winners here.
Well, Gibby is the only one that didn't bring any of these to the table. So
That's true. Is Gibby the asshole?
Or are we the asshole for inviting him and not explaining how this works?
Yeah.
You asked me. There was no homework assignment. There's no advanced reading for this university course.
Yeah, we're basically Gibby, turn up for a game in 2 hours, and I'll allude vaguely to what it might be, and then be angry at you for not being fully prepared.
Gibby might be the asshole because clearly he hasn't watched the previous episodes where we do this.
Well, I did say this is normally Patreon exclusive, secret content, except for the ones we put on YouTube.
Then you should be giving us money, asshole.
You should be. That's true.
You guys gave me a Discord for free like a year and a half ago. I'm not leaving. I'm Kato Kalin. I'm in this motherfucker.
Anybody who doesn't give us $5 a week, the price of
Is an asshole.
a third of a starving African child is an asshole. Yes, that's true. But speaking of assholes, let's go down to the concentrated well of the asshole debate, which is the Reddit Am I the Asshole thread. Bevan, do you have an interesting scenario for us?
I got a good one to kick it off.
Nice.
Okay, here we go. I like this one. Am I the asshole for saying, at least it was warm food poisoning after my roommate got sick because he thinks microwaves kill all the bad stuff? All right, that was the title.
It seems like maybe the title's kind of summed it up there.
Yeah. Well, this is a short one, though, anyway. So it starts off pretty much what it says in the title. My roommate thinks I'm an asshole for making fun of him after he got sick from eating spaghetti he had left out for almost a whole day. I told him not to eat it, but he said the microwaves kill all the bad stuff, and you can eat it as long as it hasn't gone bad. I didn't even know where to go with that. As I expected, he got sick and has been shooting out of both ends since last night. I really needed to use the bathroom this morning, so I told him to GTFO so I could get ready for work. He said he didn't understand why he got sick again, because it usually works. I just laughed and said that at least his spaghetti had warm food poisoning. He said I was being an asshole for mocking him. I was mocking him, but I think I only spoke facts.
That's true. Gibby, you want to weigh in on this one?
I've eaten pizza that sat out for 2 days before and been just fine.
Yeah, this guy sounds like a pussy, to be honest.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean he's an asshole.
Here's the thing. I'm leaning for the roommate, and I tell you why. Like, I don't think it came from the spaghetti. That's the thing. It probably came from something else he had, and because I assume, if they're roommates, his roommate probably stole some of his food, and he's not sick. So, like I said, I've eaten food that sat out for multiple days. Like we got like a spaghetti and calzone the other on Friday from the Italian place. It's been sitting out. I finished the rest of it this morning, and it's just been sitting on the counter because I'm not weak. So, and roommates, especially guy roommates, are dicks. So they tend to steal each other's food. I know I was a food
Hmm.
thief. And
Yes.
so I'm going to go with the sick person is not the asshole and the guy writing it is.
All right, well, the sick person was never in question. So you think the guy that's mocking him is?
What
Am I the asshole for mocking him?
everybody is always in question here because there
Yeah,
may be
that's true.
multiple
Yeah.
assholes. Let's not paint ourselves into a corner of justice. And I could test that point, Gibby, because you said he's an asshole. He's gonna steal the food, and I agree. I absolutely would have stolen his food because I'm essentially Garfield. But he sounds like he's quite concerned about it. He sounds like he thinks spaghetti sitting out for a day is a bad thing that one should avoid. Personally, I disagree with him on a spiritual and philosophical level. But
Of course.
it does seem like he probably wouldn't take the food because he does not believe in the healing powers of microwave energy. And in this case, he may be right.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are both not, taking into account. He warned the guy. The guy ate the spaghetti in spite of his warning, and he started shitting himself. Like
That's true.
spaghetti might have been the culprit there.
If we believe the events as told, then the guy definitely said, "Don't eat that spaghetti or you will shit yourself to death." The guy ate the spaghetti.
I mean, a quick Google search. I just was, does the microwave kill bacteria? And according to fuck, I have my glasses on to read. VinoCareRestaurant.com or whatever the hell that is. The short answer is yes. Research has shown that microwaving your food can kill harmful bacteria, including E. coli and salmonella. This makes microwaving a potentially safer cooking method than other methods like frying or grilling. So, spaghetti, notoriously, is a dense food. You put it in for a minute or two, does nothing. You've got to microwave spaghetti for a good. I mean, the pasta's fine, but all the others, the cohesion of the meat and the sauce, that's a 3.5 minute nuke right there on high.
Also, I mean, this really depends on the spaghetti itself. I mean, if it's just noodles and sauce or something, that's different than if it's got a lot of other ingredients in it. We don't know where the spaghetti came from.
Yeah, I mean, the guy left the spaghetti on the counter for an entire day. I don't think that's long enough to, like, if it was good spaghetti, maybe I'd take care of it a bit more. But a day, that could be anything. You can leave anything on the counter for a day.
Yeah, I'm pondering. I'm pondering because it's like, what's the age of these guys? Obviously, it's probably not in the Reddit forum. But if these are like 22-year-olds, they've got good constitutions. You know,
They
like,
should have.
They should, unless it's this new generation.
Yeah. Well, they should have good constitutions because they should be living in filth and squalor.
Of course.
And their kitchen should be a plague pit. But this guy who's raising the conundrum, who refuses to eat day-old spaghetti, even when it's been microwaved for 2.5 minutes, sounds like maybe he runs a tight ship. I don't know.
I posit that the author who warned the roommate poisoned the roommate, set him up.
I had crossed my mind. You know, he's sick of him leaving shit all over the kitchen.
Yeah.
Maybe not poison. Maybe some laxatives or something sprinkled on top. In there.
This clean freak fuck who, like, I mean, it's. I mean, let's be honest. It's a man's bathroom. Like, you clean it what, once a never. And until someone else comes along who's real filthy with it and say, look at this disgusting bathroom. You're just like, I don't know. You just pee there. Well, who cares? And then someone comes along and cleans it. You know, my wife yells at me constantly. Oh, by the way, secret to a happy marriage, 2 bathrooms. Hey, never visit the other.
One bathroom for the humans and one secret bathroom for the squalor.
For the fug beasts like me who like... But again, in a kitchen, it's... that's a rough one. I think the guy poisoned him. Not arsenic or not flowers in the attic, but he did something to this food to, like, maybe the guy was stealing his food. He's getting back at him or something.
He did mention that it happened to him before, didn't he? It's like this has only happened a couple of times before when I eat day-old spaghetti off the floor or whatever.
It's going to happen to me.
Or, maybe the other guy has a sensitive stomach and he keeps not learning lessons.
Yeah, he might just be weak.
Yeah.
But I do think that your average, filthy human male should be able to eat spaghetti that's just been sitting on the side all day without shitting their organs out.
Yeah.
There was this holiday party I attended many years ago when I was back in the military. End of the year holiday party. We all get together at a place and have some drinks, have some fun at a restaurant type thing. And after we had the party, the next day I wasn't feeling so great, and it was coming from both ends. And I called into work saying, "Hey, I am sick as a dog." And the receptionist says 50% of the people who went to the party are same thing. So we didn't know if it was a flu bug. It turns out the restaurant had used the same cutting board to cut the raw chicken that they cooked on as they
Oh,
did the salad. So everybody who ate the salad got sick from the raw chicken. So like out of
that's
like the
Oh,
100
yeah.
people that
Yeah.
went, like 60 of us, 50 or 60 of us were just shooting from both ends for the next 2.5 days straight. So
This
I
is
got
why I never, ever eat salad.
exactly just trying to kill you. I mean, the
Not without
horrible taste alone
microwaving
is
it
trying to
first.
warn you. Fucking vegetables. But my abs look great after that, the couple of days. Like
Toned. Oh, God.
being the asshole. I mean, you can be the asshole and still, it's
Be
okay.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
he made a funny joke. I appreciate that.
Oh, it was funny, but his friend was dying at the time.
Exactly. If you've ever been on the receiving end of food poisoning, you know that it's like
Yeah.
when you're
not a
hugging
great trip.
the bucket and
Mm.
and you're shitting yourself and puking at the same time, and the guy's like, "Hey, get out of there! I got to take it." Like, dude, pee
Yeah.
in the sink, get in the shower, work around me because like this is coming whether I want it to or not. It's not my choice.
The last thing you need is your fucking wacky roommate walking in saying, "Could you be any more food poisoned?" It's like, no, fuck that.
It just goes in, laughs at you. That's when you're the asshole.
Yeah. He is an asshole, but his roommate is weak. So I don't know. Maybe he needs this. Maybe he needs to be protected, and maybe a bit of tough love is what's going to do it for him.
He just needs to start eating some raw chicken and some sushi that's been left out.
Maybe that's
Go
maybe that's what
Go
this
ahead.
guy's been doing. Just trying to toughen him up, just rubbing a little bit of raw chicken on everything he leaves out. We'll make a man of you yet, sunshine.
some of that iodine shrimp from Vegas that's been sitting under the heat lamps all day. He maybe had a chilled box of like Mexican water that he'd been saving for that moment.
Oh, God.
And just yeah.
I just know there's somebody who's had food poisoning who's listened to this podcast and go, "Ugh."
I've
It
had
is
it
an awful
twice,
thing.
and
Yeah.
it's a thing.
Okay, well, what's the all-round verdict on here? Do you think we can come to a sensible consensus here? Who is the asshole?
I say the poster is the asshole, and that's okay.
Yeah, he was kind of being an asshole, but it's all right.
Even though I'm gonna go back with what I said earlier, he is kind of, but he did warn him. Like, like we said, the microwave does kill things. He might not have cooked it long enough. So person did take his life into his own hands.
Yeah.
So if you warn somebody and they don't now laughing after the fact, fuck. Yeah, he's an asshole. Fuck it.
Yep. Nobody likes "and I told you so," particularly when you're
Except when
screaming
it's
to
me.
God over the
I
porcelain
love telling
telephone.
people I told you so. I love being right. It's like my addiction.
Yeah, but nobody likes hearing it, especially when you just shit your pants.
Everyone in my family knows, especially in this house, that they'll say, "Okay, honey, you were right." I'm like, whoa, could you repeat that? Because I need to rub my nipples while you say it. Like, oh, you made it weird. So
All right, I too have a gastrointestinal related
Oh,
"am
fun.
I the asshole" scenario. Not as extreme. So, am I the asshole for scolding my niece for farting? It says on the restaurant. I assume it means in the restaurant, but the title says on the restaurant. We're out at dinner with my niece, 15-year-old female, and her mother, spouse, me, and my spouse. No ages or genders supplied there. Things were going as usual, but I kept smelling a strong stench every 5 minutes or so. Even the table next to us complained. Everyone was eating, and the smell kind of dampened the appetite for some, including the tables next to us. My niece turned red and snickered a little, so I asked if she was passing gas in the restaurant. She admitted that yes, she was, and her stomach was bothering her. I was kind of annoyed, especially because I didn't want to smell her ass while eating my ribs. I told her that it's rude to sit at the table and just keep farting, especially if a guest stinks that bad. She felt embarrassed and told her mom that she felt like that I was putting her out there and shaming her for digestive issues she was having. She mentioned that she didn't want to have to run to the bathroom every 5 minutes just because she has gas, and thought that was crazy for me even suggesting that. My sister was annoyed with me also, since she felt like her daughter was embarrassed in the restaurant, and now everyone will know she's the one passing gas. So they pretty much left and paid for the bill, but I don't feel it's an asshole move, since she needs to learn manners and go to the bathroom. Now, who was the asshole in this scenario? Not who was using their asshole to make a very unpleasant dining experience for everybody.
I don't know. That's really, really gross.
It's incredibly
Just
gross. That's why I picked it. I thought you'd like this
It's
one.
I have
happening
thoughts.
so
I have
frequently
thoughts.
and so strong that it was affecting other people's experiences.
Yeah. And they might have been really good ribs too. You don't know.
The parents who brought the farty kid are the assholes. Because the one
Their asshole for having such a stinky kid.
well, okay.
Wait,
Listen. Those of us with children, we understand, especially she said this kid was 5, right?
No,
And the
15.
poster
15.
is oh, she's 15.
15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, my mistake. Even you know what? Even better. Those of us with kids know that getting out from time to time is a pain in the ass, especially depending on the age of the kid, whether they're too young or too young to leave home or whatever. And a 15-year-old, you should be able to leave home, but they brought them out. So, but this kid is aware, cognizant, understands biology, understands their butt, and refuses to just go take a shit. Because that's what's happening here. Go drown those barking spiders. So go to the bathroom, take a shit, come back, 10 minutes later. No harm, no foul. And the poster says who called the kid out, hey, knock it off. You're in public. And the other lady's like, oh, let me grab my pearls here real fast. And how dare you call out my child? Because she smells like shit. And it's so bad, it's reaching multiple tables. So she's got at least a 25-foot range on this fart. I mean, an average table is what, like 7 feet across, like for everybody can sit or from body to body, and it's reaching 3 or 4 tables in any direction. I mean, that's a spell. That is a fireball spell in D&D. That's got some girth on it.
I mean, it's
and
impressive,
chunky.
But that's not what we're here to debate.
So the ones who brought the farting kid, knowing that she's like, this is.
Well, she wasn't farting beforehand, and they were weighing their options. Well, she's a giant fart monster.
I don't believe
Should we bring
that.
her to the restaurant or not?
I don't believe that. I think if you was a farting child. I think if you raise a farter.
No, they didn't
15
raise
is
her.
old enough. They've had 15 years to say, you know what? You've got a problem. We cannot take you to this nice rib restaurant.
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, the way I heard the story, and
that's right. Her parents are
poster.
there.
Oh, her parents are there
poster
too?
saying,
yeah,
she's like, I'm there with my person there with her sister and sister's kid and that family. So Auntie X is saying, niece Y, you smell like asshole. Knock it off. Niece Y goes to her mom. Your sister said mean things about me, like a punk, and because you got called out. You did something wrong. You got caught out. You got caught. And she giggled. She could have denied. She didn't.
It is funny, though.
It is funny.
I don't blame her for that. She's only 15. She hasn't learned, the poker face required.
No.
She got to learn. I mean, she does have to learn, so she did need to be called out. Next time,
I've taught when my son was 7, I taught him to sit up straight in the chair so you can muffle it approach. I've taught him to lean one cheek so you open the hole up so it goes approach.
Yes.
So you're not making the noise. I mean, there are many ways of getting around this. And when in doubt, just the noise smell something,
the issue,
someone smells you.
Yeah, she's already mastered that aspect of it. It's just that she smells inhuman.
Then look at someone else and look up is that you?
I know, I know, but this requires a little bit of nuance because she can't just say somebody keeps farting. It's we all know that trick, sunshine. You smelt it, dealt it.
That does not solve anything. That's passing the buck is fine, but you need to deal with the issue at hand. But
what she should have said is what she could have done if she'd had just an ounce of nuance is when she said, are you farting? She said, no. Can you smell that too? We should complain to the restaurant.
Blame it on the waiter.
Yeah, exactly. Just and then make a big fucking scene about it. It's waiter, keep smelling this awful thing. And the other tables be like, yeah, we smell it too. And then you've closed the restaurant, but nobody knows you farted. You've cost people their jobs,
Yeah.
perhaps their hygiene rating.
Yeah, the
And
waiter comes around, fills the drinks, and then as he's walking away,
time it.
you lean over in your chair and say to somebody at the other table, "Can you believe this guy?"
My God, every time he comes over, you just time it when he comes over.
There you go.
But these are things she's only going to learn with experience. And, she's going to have some stumbling blocks along the way. She needs to be called out.
Well, I mean, if that's the strategy, then she needs to be brought to rib restaurants more often while she's farting.
Yeah.
Also,
get the stumbling blocks out of the way.
I think we also miss a key point. This is a rib restaurant. Everything's a barbecue sauce and fart to begin with because it's just a protein factor. Don't act like that, like there is nothing else going on. If anytime you go to like type of places like seafood and ribs, anything where just protein is the main source of the food, farts galore.
Yeah. This is why I miss smoking in restaurants.
Oh my
We didn't have
God.
this problem back then.
Oh my God.
I mean, you have
was the
other
best.
problems, obviously, but
That was the best.
disguising fart smells not one of them. He could have just wrote on a napkin like "go and take a shit" and just slid it across the table like a gentleman.
I know what you did last farting.
Yeah, I know. Just hug her and say, "I know it was you."
That's the yes. The poster could have taken the kid like, hey, let's walk into like the vestibule or go back to the bathroom. It's like, hey, follow me over here real fast, or just done it to the side. Like, hey, go into the bathroom, take a shit.
Yeah,
because clearly you've got you're holding something back there. Where
Yeah.
there's smoke, there's fire. So go do something.
Yeah.
Good
She
advice.
says, "How about I don't need to?" Then just sit your ass on the bowl until you do.
Just you've got a phone. You can spend as much time in there as you like.
Also, you're a 15-year-old girl. I mean, not
Yeah.
to be. You're gonna pick at your food anyway. You're not gonna eat. So just go to the bathroom, lay on your side, lay on your left side till it all comes out.
I mean, you're probably looking at your phone anyway. So just go into the bathroom and do it until something happens.
I mean, is that really any less pleasant than sitting at the table constantly farting?
But it's less funny.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's funny to the kid too. Maybe the kid's an evil genius, just farting to causing dissent and then causing like sibling like rivalries to flare up.
Yeah, the uncle
Maybe the
called
kid's
her
like a
out.
mastermind.
She
wasn't
did say
counting.
like she giggled, didn't she?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
he put her on the spot. She wasn't prepared for it. She doesn't have the experience. I don't blame the parents in this scenario because if she smells that bad, then their nasal capacity shut down years ago. They don't smell anything. They don't know what's going on. That's why you need the uncle. You need the slightly drunk uncle who's not afraid to call these things out. That's what they're for. This is the natural order of things as far as I'm concerned.
I don't find the poster to be the asshole. I don't, because
No.
they did what was right. Hey, kid, knock it off. You're in public. Knock that shit off. It's kind of like you're not supposed to correct someone else's kid in the grocery store who's screaming, but you want to. So and you're related to the kid, so hey, knock it off.
But yeah, I mean that's Steve had a point. That's kind of an uncle's job. You can say different things than you would receive from your parents.
Like, I was about to make a really inappropriate joke there. I'm not
go
drunk enough to make it.
Oh,
It's too late.
Dragons. Oh my God!
You know what the joke was.
We might lose viewers. Holy shit, Steve!
Everybody knows what the joke is about the uncle being allowed to say things to your kids that maybe most other people don't. You know where that's going. I don't know.
I know what's
I know.
He's got a van down. He's got a special van and a court order.
Yeah, I've pointed to the direction, etc., child molestation. All right, okay.
Uncles can say things like, "Stop using your teeth so much."
Oh, God. Well, I wasn't going to say that, but I'm glad you did. Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, she pulled a "I'm having digestive issues" card, but that's what.
I'm not going to not deliver with something after he promised.
I was leaving it to the imaginations of our viewers.
I'm going to eat that low-hanging fruit. It's right there. I'm going to take it. Don't you deny that from me.
Oh God. Well,
We
it's
have a
not.
responsibility to our viewers.
This is true. It's not a side quest if we don't break both the laws of God and man.
Have one Uncle Touchy situation. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So, like, really, calling your daughter out for farting is probably the least problematic thing an uncle can do. So,
Yeah.
yeah, he's not the asshole. If anything,
No.
the parents of this child should be thanking their lucky stars.
Yeah, all right. I don't know that there is an asshole or the asshole. I agree. I don't think it's the poster. Somebody had to tell this kid. I mean, and clearly everybody knows. Maybe the parents are the assholes for not dealing with this for
I
so
still think they
long.
can't smell anything.
No, they know. This is
They can't smell anything. They can't taste anything. Their senses have been destroyed.
And they
Yeah,
won't go to
so-
restaurants anymore than taste any food. Like that's
No.
I'm not buying this because like I said, my son, he was doing the fart in the restaurant thing, and I like follow me, like knock it off. Like you're out in public. I know you think it's funny. Knock that shit off.
It is funny. Don't do it.
Yeah. Like wait to the car when your mom's talking. Then it's funny.
Yeah.
So
I'm just if it's happening enough, like the parents should have responded or should have
It's
dealt
true.
with this. If it's happening enough to where the uncle is forced to intervene, then yeah, it's the parents and the assholes for letting it get.
I
To
wonder
that point.
if not to like keep beating this dead horse, but what if it's a class thing? Like, what if the uncle like got out of like the Walmart park? What if he like did something and like the other folks are just think it's like pull my finger funny because they love to go to like the steakhouse, the rib house, and they just fart it up because they think it's hilarious and they raise their kid that way.
The
What if the
uncle's sitting
uncle
there
like
with a top hat and a monocle.
yeah, exactly. He's Uncle Moneybags. He's got bully. The Dow Jones was up. Yeah, like the uncle, like he got out like it's like I got a West Virginia family. I got like my dad and my one uncle were like the ones who like joined the military and left like that part of West Virginia, and some of the other ones they stayed there, so they were always seen as the ones that like, oh, you think you're better than us? Like, no, we just left. That's all. So.
Uncle Pennyworth sitting there. Is this really acceptable behavior for Captain Rusty's Chicken Emporium?
So Scrooge McDuck is sitting there, Huey, Dewey, and Louie are farting up a storm. Is like, hey, knock that shit off, and like Donald's all offended, like, eh.
No, I don't think the poster is the asshole. I can believe on that much. I think the sister is. The niece is an evil genius. I think she's. I think she made one mistake. She used a Joker and she found her Batman. And she's got to come back stronger next time.
Ah,
I look forward to seeing more threads about this kid in the future. Just ruining weddings, just destroying corporate meetings, all with the poker face she learnt by facing off against her uncle all those years ago.
that fateful day at Tony's Rib House.
Well, hopefully, hopefully this girl poops herself. Like she pushes out one too many times, shits herself, and then she learns her lesson. I mean, we've all been there. So
she's
it's like
the
one good
Icarus
shart
of our day.
Exactly, one good shart away from the sun, and like
The shit Icarus.
Shit-Icarus?
Maybe
What?
the uncle, is intervening now so that one day she doesn't shit herself, and she'll
Maybe.
have him to thank for that.
Sometimes you got to touch the stove to know it's hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can be warned all you want, but until you actually have a shirt in public, then
Sometimes you
you
got to
learn.
touch the cloth to know it's sticky.
Wasn't sticky.
Sometimes
until
you
it
got to make
got
that.
touched.
You got to make that face, or I go like, "That's not a fart." Oh no!
Oh dear. My worldview is severely shifted now.
Mistakes have been made.
Hmm.
Mistakes have been made.
All right, ready to move on?
Yeah, what have you got, man?
All right. Am I the asshole for showering every day? That's the title. All right.
Okay.
Recently, my
I'm curious.
Recently, my mother and I keep getting into a dispute about how she says I shower too much. I shower once a day. These showers are not excessive and generally last 10 to 15 minutes. The reasons I shower every day include, and we have a bulleted list here: hygiene, obviously. It's nice to be clean. It's been really hot all summer, so I sweat more. The hot water is nice on my muscles. I have a chronic joint pain condition.
Oh,
We are a large family with multiple pets in a very small house, and it's a small respite of actual privacy. And finally,
you need a
I
place to
honest
jerk off.
no.
Oh,
Whacking
I
it
honestly
hard.
have a WAP, and showering regularly keeps things from getting excessively swampy. I had to
Oh,
look up
okay.
oh my
WAP,
god.
and it is.
Like the song
Oh,
is wet ass pussy, baby.
I'm not familiar with that song, but yeah, that's
there are better ways to describe that situation.
yeah, throwing it out there.
They don't, when they say that, they don't mean swamp ass or like the female equivalent of swamp ass. They're supposed to, that song's supposed to be sexually exciting, not horrifying.
Well, it
Nobody's
did
going
not
like, oh man,
excite me.
I've been mowing the lawn in the sun for 3 hours and I got a wet ass pussy. That's not like, ooh, that's ugh.
Yeah.
Take a fucking shower.
Oh,
She's using that phrase entirely incorrect. That's fucked that song for me now. Completely. Oh man.
all right, I'm not done. All right. And
Yeah.
here, the the reasons my mother offers for her displeasure are, and we have another bulleted list here: no one needs to shower every day, and that every other day is fine. That I didn't used to shower every day when I was younger, which is true, but then I grew up into an adult who sweats more. And 3, that I use too many towels and the laundry is excessive. I also do a lot of laundry, but it's the abstract use of extra water/energy to run the machines that she insists bothers her, not the labor of who's loading the washer. I have offered to hang my towels up and reuse them, but she won't let me because she claims it stinks.
Well,
She's gone as far as angrily banning me from showering. I think the frequency and methods by which one bathes is going to vary wildly by person, location, weather, job, and personal sweat profile. There's nothing bad about showering every day.
yeah.
But
PSP.
there's nothing bad about showering every day, but I don't think it's weird or excessive to shower. Oh, not every other day, but I don't think it's weird or excessive to shower every day either. Again, they're like 10 minutes. There's no concern about hot water use. Am I the asshole?
Are you the wet ass asshole? I'm surprised the mother didn't complain about the incorrect use of that term. Had the mother put that on a list, I would have been like, yeah, I'm kind of with the mum on this one. No, I mean, having a shower. I mean, like environmentally, and it's like George Carlin said, if you're not at the gym every day, if you're not doing everything, you probably don't need to shower every day. You can just wash.
Yeah, like teeth, arms, asshole, armpit.
Yeah.
Get your major
Wet
stink
ass
areas and you're
pussy.
good.
Should you have one? And make sure you're drying that correctly afterwards, because all kinds of pH balance things you got to think about. But no, but don't a lot of people shower once a day?
I think that's
If I
normal.
yeah, if I'm leaving the house and I don't shower, I feel like a horrible sticky man.
Yeah, me too.
Mm.
Ever since I started working from home, I could go a day or so without showering. I'm a guy, and it's blah blah blah. But in this situation, like okay, first of all, everyone lies. Like it's kind of like when on a dating profile, if someone says they're this tall, they're lying. They're this weight, they're lying. And then on something like this, they're going to make themselves seem better than they are. Like it's only a 10 or 15-minute shower, so it's 30 minutes. You are taking these long 30 minutes. Like I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I think like my son who takes a shower, he's like in there for too long, and I'm
Yes,
it's like
that's
and he's
true.
12, so like I know why he's taking 20-minute showers. It's he says I was in there
Thinking
for like
about
5 or
that
10
wet
minutes.
ass pussy.
No, yeah, exactly. So I think she's making herself out more of a saint than she is. And she sounds like I'm a grown woman now. I'm a grown adult. I'm living in this house. But are you paying for the water bill? Did I miss part of that thing in the story where
Yeah.
she's contributing towards the because like some people have a well, some people pay for water, hot water, electricity, and it sounds like she's living at her mom's house, and it doesn't sound like she's contributing because otherwise she would have brought it up.
Yeah.
Because most people make themselves sound to be like heroes in their stories. So I'm smelling some bullshit there.
I'm not smelling anything but a clean individual. She lives in a small house in a hot area with a lot of people and a dog.
I'm smelling
And-
swamp crotch.
Yeah, so what she was upfront about the swamp crotch. You got to keep on top of that. I don't know, maybe she's showering too long, but that sounds like it should be a different conversation. The mum's saying, "Oh, you didn't used to shower every day." Yeah, when you're a kid, you kind of like always smell like cheese. That's fine. No one really minds it when kids do it. But then you become an adult capable of much more pungent and distressing smells. And I don't think a shower once a day is too unreasonable, even if you're not paying the water bill. And she does the laundry. She deals with the towels. More than I lazy ass kids do.
It's too simple because it's too simple. Like, am I the asshole for taking a shower? Of course not. You know, it's like, a regular hygiene shower once a day doesn't seem like it's that big a deal. You know, maybe mom was raised poor. Like, I don't know about any else's moms out there who are were poor that like have like a mountain of toilet paper hidden somewhere in the house because they grew up in an era where it's like they were so poor, like they would hoard toilet paper. So, my
That's
parents were very
become normal in recent years.
Yeah, that's
right. But it's like
all the cool kids are doing that now.
Yeah. But my parents grew up in an era where it's like short shower, save water, save this, war bonds and all that kind of shit. So that's how I was raised under, so, as soon as you become an adult for the first time, you're like, I'm taking a 90-minute shower because I can, but again, you're not living in your own place. So there's something more to the story that's not there. Because on surface level, yeah, you're not an asshole to take a shower once a day. That's not a big deal. It feels like there's something else.
Well, I don't know. I feel like the mother character here could be saying, right, take a shower, but I'm going to be giving you a knock in 5 minutes. I want the water turned off in 5 minutes. And that'd be reasonable. But just kind of like stop showering, just stink like the rest of us. What do you think, you're better than me? When's the last time the dog had a shower?
That's kind of the impression I got. I mean, like, she's in this tiny house crammed with all these people and fucking animals, and like, oh, look at Mr. Fancy going to take a shower again.
Yeah. Too good for swamp crotch, shall we?
Well, there's that, and there's also but here's the thing. Again, speaking of swamp crotch, she brings that up. Now, clearly based off my ex-wife and the litany of unsatisfied lovers in my life, I don't know much about women, but I will say this: things tend not to get damp down there, like unless you're constantly excited. So I don't know how old she is. I don't think you walk around in a perpetual state of like a slip and slide. So something else again is about this story seems off.
Again, she's using the wrong term.
Somebody
really needs to correct her on that.
According to Gibby, that it just doesn't happen unless maybe she is always excited. And
look, if you're carrying a bit of weight and it's a bit hot and you're getting a bit gruntly, that's not what that song is about. Just
no, that's not what that song is about. By the way, Bob, I sent you that song with the video. Happy jerking.
Thank you.
I sent it to you on Discord. So you can check that out at your leisure.
I appreciate that. I have porn.
Oh, I know.
This is different.
Of course, this is not.
Okay, thanks. You're all like pausing. Am I supposed to do this now?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. God. No, don't do that. We don't want to end up in our own Am I the Asshole Fred. I just assumed they wanted me to start masturbating there and then. Am I the
there
asshole?
I was doing a podcast, right? And I started furiously jerking it on camera. Am I the asshole? I mean, they sent me the porn.
Okay, my conclusions. I kind of get where Gibby is coming from, but given the information we have, I'm just going to assume that, keep showering every day. Try and keep the time limit down. But
Yep.
you're not an asshole.
No, not an asshole.
No, I feel like this person is coming from like kind of a nasty upbringing, and she's trying to better herself, and good on her for that.
She's not a
Okay.
farter in a steakhouse,
Yeah.
No, like she was like, if they could afford to go out to eat, they're all farting. They'll be like not Dr. Doolittle,
and they're
Nutty
unwashed
Professor.
farting too. They,
Yes.
They're all
Yeah.
farting except for
Yeah,
this
close.
woman.
they all think
Yeah.
it's hilarious, and now she's getting to the point where I'm a little embarrassed about this.
Well,
My
you're too
family,
good
we
for
keep going to the
farting.
rib house, and they're farting up a storm. And
She's the girl grown up from that story. She grew up like it's a couple years later. She's 16, 17 now. She's an adult. She's like, I made my mistakes. I'm trying to be better. Got to clean my ass. And they're yelling at me for it.
This has been a family traditions for generations. Now you fart in this rip house. Stop shaming us.
I'm so aroused.
Oh God. Well, that got confusing.
My jaw hurts.
All right. I don't know
Oh,
if I've got any better stories than that. I've got one that is fun, but it sounds fake. So I'm going to go for one that sounds just like an incredibly bitter disagreement that perhaps could have been avoided. Am I the asshole for telling my extended family how many men my sister has slept with after she outed our youngest brother as a virgin? Now, so a bit of slut shaming here, but also a bit of kind of reverse slut shaming. So we'll see how it plays out. We had a family dinner this evening. This has been written fresh.
The rib house.
Michael called me out for farting. I took a hot shower to clean my crotch.
My family has 4 kids in total. Me, my elder sister, 29, female. Younger sister, 24, female. And youngest brother, 22, male. Extended family attended our family dinner too. So all of our significant others, our cousins, aunts, and uncles were there. During the dinner, my eldest sister and youngest brother got into a mild disagreement. So this is a 29-year-old and a 22-year-old. My sister seemed, at least to me, to be coming across as very aggressive, out of frustration and losing said argument. The two of them were too absorbed in their argument to realize the rest of us were getting a bit fed up. Eventually, my sister got really fed up and said, "Shut up, I'm not going to argue with a 22-year-old virgin." My brother hadn't made any personal attacks up until that point. It was completely unprovoked. And I think it might have been the alcohol, as my sister is a mean drunk. Anyway, I immediately told my sister to grow up and that she was making an embarrassment of herself. She replied saying that everybody knows he's a virgin and she didn't say anything wrong. This annoyed me as my brother definitely has confidence issues, explain it, and doesn't need to be made fun of like this. So I responded by saying how she had slept with well over 100 men while she was in college, and that since everybody in the family knows this, it's not a big deal, right? Turns out her husband didn't know this. Amazingly, I genuinely assumed he must have known. He left the party angrily, saying that my sister misled him about her past. The family is blaming me for their marital problems. I refuse to accept that I did anything wrong. My sister bullied my brother in front of everyone. All I did was give her a taste of her own medicine. How many assholes are in this scenario? I'm counting about 3.
There's all right.
One, the
Yeah.
22-year-old brother. They say it's a
Virgin.
disagreement, but you know he's some kind of fucking Redditor who is just being absolutely obnoxious. That's implied because he's a 22-year-old man arguing at a dinner table. Asshole number 2 is the older female. You shouldn't call out someone for being a virgin unless they're trying to lecture you on, like fucking or something. In which case you say, "I fucked 1,000 men, you virgin. How dare you?" Or something like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you definitely don't say it if your husband doesn't know you're a giant whore.
The third one I was going to point out is the husband. Like, grow up. And the fourth asshole is the guy who wasn't even involved in this argument and just decided to stir the pot a little in front of all his uncles and cousins. I think there are 4 solid arguments for assholes here. I mean, I get that 22 male is technically hypothetical, but I would really put some solid money down on him arguing something wildly inappropriate and obnoxious at the dinner table.
There's a reason he's a virgin.
Yeah.
That's like
tricky
one big cluster. That's a cluster of like.
It's a hell of a family dinner.
Yeah, that's that's the that's the landmine. Just like I just want to walk away from. Like oh.
I like how everybody knows, even the extended family, that this woman slept around so much in college. I mean, why does everybody know? Is this what they talk about at Thanksgiving?
Why has she got such a specific body count that her parents know about? I mean, all right, they can kind of
I'm talking about like uncles and aunts.
Distant Aunt Gertrude. It's like, yeah, I think she slept with at least 100, right? It's 100. Who's counting it? She must have had to say to them, like, every time she gets in an argument, like, fuck you virgins. It's just like, yeah, I don't know why everybody would know that. I'm not saying, you can't sleep around in college. Why not? That's what college is for.
Right. Yeah. But, I'm not going to slut shame. I'm not going to slut shame anybody. Like, you get your numbers up. I mean, go for your best time. Get your record.
I'm also not going to slut shame it. Virgin, he probably, didn't get gonorrhea, so good on him. But I'm surprised
because he's not trying. That's just like quitter talk to me. I mean, that's like
maybe he just looked at his sister and went,
"You got to spin the wheel to find out what's going to happen."
I'm going to do the opposite of that. I've already learned all I need to know. She's very open about her body count for some reason.
That's maybe that's how the parents know. They kept having to take her to the clinic.
Yeah. They only know they've taken her to the STD clinic 100 times. They don't know how many people she slept with, really.
Yeah, but again, it's one of those scenarios. Like I'm not sure because, like, you got someone who's like, they say 100 people, whatever. But it's one of those like, like the Grams back in the day were like, oh, geez, like some girl slept with 3 guys. Like, oh my god, like it sounds like it might as well be 100 to them. But like, a lot of the time,
they were all lying. Gibby.
Yeah, exactly. But I have family members like now, thanks to 23andMe, you find out that like, oh, your grandmother was lying. Like, that's not your father. It's like they all cheated back. We have science now, so stop acting like you're so fucking virtuous. Like before 1950. Like, oh no, we never even heard of a blowjob back before that. Like, no, you're all lying. You're liars, all of you old people. So you're worse is you're condescending about it. So
she didn't even have the fucking internet. What else were you doing, you liars? Yeah, you were drunk. It's like you had 7 kids. You can't tell me you did that like 7 times. It just so happened every time you got pregnant. Great grandma Gertrude. But yeah, so I do find it odd that they specifically know her body count. I mean, I don't think I've ever brought that up at Christmas dinner or something.
Yeah,
I don't imagine why I would.
Any of my cousins, like how many people they've had sex.
Also, those are good numbers. No. I'm not gonna. Those are good numbers. Those are respectable numbers.
Yeah, those are fine numbers, but it's not something you want your whole family to know.
Like, well, they already know, apparently.
Oh yeah, they already knew. All right,
yeah, but why did they know?
Yeah, well, that is a different question. But it's something she didn't want her husband to know, which I suppose was justified because he freaked out about it.
Imagine being the only person in this dinner party who didn't know that. So well. Maybe you never asked. I don't know. Maybe you just made an assumption.
Here's the thing. No matter what, that's such a tricky thing because it's such a sexist. Like dude bangs 100 and he's a stud. Girl does it, and that's all bullshit. So like maybe it's best. Hey, I don't want to know. And it's one of those things like your past is your past. My past is my past. And as long as we're clean, good on us both. Like yeah, this is like bringing up someone else's past like that just for the sake of sticking it, just causing shit. Now that's an asshole. That is someone specifically being an asshole.
Although I will say, like, there is a wildly mismatched playing field there. It's like, it is a lot easier to just get random strange if you're a girl, but also a lot easier to get murdered. So, swings and roundabouts. I think There's more risk and more reward, is what I'm saying. But
I understand.
so I don't know. I think the husband's kind of an asshole. It's like,
Yeah, definitely.
I would show a bit of solidarity in this situation. You know, if somebody went like, "Well, everybody knows your wife slept with 100 dudes in college," I'd be like, "Yes, she did." I would hold her hand and show a bit of solidarity because that's what a good husband would do. And then when we got in the car, I'd be like, "Wow, that was a revelation. You told me you were still a virgin when you met me, like your loser brother."
Are you jerking someone off right now? Check behind the seat.
How many dicks are in this car right now? She was kind of, she was sexually shaming her brother. She shouldn't have done that.
Yes.
And, he was pointing out that, you might get sexually shamed for
Now
your
there's
body count.
someone's
That's,
sexual. I'm gonna put her out there. I'm gonna say this. This is my bottom line. No, your sexual past is not anybody else's fucking business. Now if you broadcast it, that's one thing. But like that girl is like, hey, bang 120, fantastic. But what's the expression? Fuck around and find out. She started it. She lobbed a grenade at somebody because sex is what matters to that individual. Why would I listen to you if you're not a virgin? Because clearly I am not. And that is opening the gate for retaliation. That is the modern internet. Was like someone attacks somebody, someone attacks back, and that person claims victimhood status. So fuck around and find out. And that's
like I said in the beginning. Sometimes you're the asshole, and it's okay. This is, I think so. Like,
I think that was a little bit of tabletop justice dished out there. I'm a little bit disappointed with the husband. He could have been a bit cooler about that, but
absolutely.
Well, okay, that part of the thing. What did the husband say after he found out?
He left the party angrily, saying that my sister misled him about her past. Fair enough. If she's lied about it, I mean, it shouldn't be an issue. But if it's not an issue, why have you lied about it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the person posting this just assumed he knew, since every fucking body else knew.
Every fuck else knows.
Grandma knows.
You got it tattooed on your ass, Tracy. What did he think 120 meant?
What do you think all those notches on her arm are?
Like they met, like, so when we were playing the Would You Rather game a while back, and the orgy comment came up, it seems like I need X percentage of vagina in the orgy. So let's say that they're at this orgy and they met across the gangbang, their eyes locked, and they finally, you can't be mad at somebody if you met at an orgy,
That's quite romantic. Yeah, but you'd assume. It's like, how many people have you slept with? 5? It's like, well, there were more than 15 people at that orgy we met at, so that's clearly a lie. But
don't you remember? I was getting fisted by that one, like you.
I swam across a sea of cocks.
You had more than 5 dicks in you when we first met.
I literally had to cock block because one came at me. I was like, cha, not today, penis. So,
yeah, well, you know what? I don't think he's an asshole for stirring the pot there. I'm going to say, all right, you shouldn't sexually shame people. She did it first. He was not, apparently, he was not to know. The husband did not know, because every fucker apparently knows Tracy's body count for reasons we can only speculate. I'm not saying there weren't a lot of assholes at this table. I'm saying he was perhaps not the asshole.
Yeah. If you got to clap back with something, that's the ammunition you have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, that's also if you started by throwing a grenade and they threw back a bomb. It's every argument is one of escalation.
Virgin
or
it's a tale as old as time.
Or I did find one that's like, I think the person's not an asshole. It's more of a sad, sweet, am I an asshole? Unless you guys have a funnier one to like, because we've been going up for almost an hour now. Unless you guys have a funnier one.
Yeah, we can finish on one. Bevan, if you don't have anything horrible, then we can see what Gibby's got.
Because this one's kind of sweet. If you'd rather go with something funny, then go with that. So,
let's see. I've got the other two I dug up are a little bit boring. We could have made them fun with conversation, but it's nothing. Like I mainly just wanted to get wet ass pussy out there, and
Yeah.
like the guy
Of course.
with the roommate in the microwave.
We've had a lot of fun.
Okay, what are the titles? Let's hear what the titles are.
Oh, all right. Okay. Am I an asshole for ruining everyone's Thanksgiving this year? And am I an
Did
asshole
they fuck the
for
turkey?
no?
Okay.
That would have come up already. And am I an
Okay.
asshole for not wanting to travel with my overly dependent friend? Snore.
I got am I the asshole for pretending to get fired when customers get mad at me, which is a funny story, but it's not a cut and dry debate. And am I the asshole for having a Naruto themed wedding, which would basically just be me making.
Yes, you are.
So,
That's just full
yes.
stop. If you made in-laws come in
It's-
costume and like
it's
a
an
bunch
easy
like a
one.
bunch of weebs, you're an asshole. Like here's the thing: did you have a theme wedding? You're an asshole. Like, and I mean that lovingly. I've been to a Jedi wedding before, and it was cool. It was fun, but like
Same
great
time.
Aunt Mildred, exactly. It's like making her an Ewok was funny, but now she's sweaty and needs another shower. So
Yeah, it's got that wet ass pussy.
Wet ass Ewok pussy. Oh my god, not gonna have to watch that movie again.
that's musky, yeah.
Mm.
All right, what do you got, Gibby?
Am I an asshole for asking my stepfather to stop making fun of my weight?
Oh,
That's why I said, I read this. I'm like, oh. All right, if we want to go with this,
probably not. Right?
Yeah, probably not. All right.
Yeah.
I'm a 15-year-old female. I'm overweight for my age. I'm not over the top obese, but I'm 158 pounds last I checked. So I'm a little chubby. Now, let me state, I love who I am. I have a partner, and we both love me the way I am. The thing is, my stepfather is a judgmental person who isn't afraid to make comments about anyone, even me and my mom. He calls us both fat, Miss Piggy, Porky, Porky Pig, fat fuck, and all of that.
Fat fuck.
My mom has
Oh,
That's
Jesus.
escalating.
Did he just run out of cute ones, did he?
Well, it was fat and 4 ampersands, so I'm assuming fat fuck.
Yeah.
My mom has 4 kids in 12 years, and of course, she has a little bit of mama fat. Me, it's a combination of baby fat, quarantine fat, and binge eating from depression.
All right.
There was a
you don't
cheesecake.
Have to justify.
Yeah, well, there's also 150 pounds, not fat. There was a cheesecake my mom brought recently with 12 slices. Out of that, I only had 1 slice, and it was the last slice and the only thing I've eaten today. So I decided, why not? My stepdad, of course, says, "You're eating again? You shouldn't be eating that." So I said, "It's 1 slice." He says, "Okay, diabetes."
Jesus. Again, he'd run out of clever ones. He got just straight
Exactly.
to them.
And she says, and sadly, I am on the verge of diabetes. So I
Oh.
asked him to please stop making comments about my weight. He got smart and said, diabetes is in your blood, not fat.
Jesus.
So again, I told him to please stop. He asked why I'm not able to eat anything without making comments, blah, blah, blah. He stormed off and went outside. He's making me think I'm the bad guy here. So am I the asshole?
Oh, he got angry. Right.
So he's gaslighting.
How dare you call me out for calling you a fat fuck?
All right. First of all, I think we have to consider the point of view of the stepfather. I mean, when she's on top of him,
I have watched enough videos to see where this is going. Go on, Bevan.
no, you guys are supposed to interrupt me there. Steve, did you not? Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, I didn't. I already wasted my child molestation joke.
All right. Well, I had nothing to finish that with.
Well, he'd be happy because she's more likely to get trapped in a washing machine if she's fatter, right? So,
What the hell does that mean?
What now? You don't know about step porn? Jesus. All right, fine. Now I look like the asshole.
Not in a washing machine.
Oh no! I reached into the washing machine. And I'm stuck and I can't get out. My ass is in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a very familiar scenario. Don't make it seem like
Yep.
I'm an
Are people
unreasonable
fucking
person.
in washing machines?
They are. This is what's happening now. It was very popular about 3 years ago.
Those are expensive.
Well, porn's, a lot more classy these days. I mean, it's
highly
not.
disagree.
But they can afford washing machines.
Back in the
right?
day, they almost had a plot. Like had a movie. They had a theme. Now
What the plot is, she's stuck in the washing machine.
the top half is stuck in the washing machine.
Yeah.
Ow. All right.
Oh, now you
See what
okay.
it's got? You put 2 and 2 together.
All right.
Trust me, the joke worked. All right. Let's
All right.
move on.
So I'm going to say, no, honey, you are not an asshole for asking
No.
someone to stop mocking you. One, you're 15 and like 160. Yeah, you got some chunk, but you're fine. You're like, listen, man, that is, you're not an
Yeah.
asshole. If we're
Yeah.
asking somebody like, hey, be respectful, and if you're pre-diabetic already, like, okay, you had a piece of cheesecake.
Yeah.
We've all been like, let me see, I got married. I weighed, I was a chunky kid. I got fat, thin. My weight yo-yoed all my life. And I think I got married. I weighed 190. I'm 220 now. So, like, I even wear my wedding ring on a necklace because my hands are swelled up a little bit, and this is made of tungsten. So if it gets stuck, it ain't coming off. So it's easier to do that. Yeah. So you're not an asshole. He is an
No.
asshole for mocking you constantly because he's just a douche. So
Especially with
Yeah.
like the escalation there. It's like, hey, porky pig, hey, fatty,
hey,
hey,
you fat
fudge
fuck.
ball, and hey, fat fuck.
Hey, fat fuck, why do you get diabetes? Yeah.
Also, just calling her diabetes. Hey there, diabetes. Like, oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Ah,
Fucking hell. And also, I'd like to point out, came back and there's one slice of cheesecake left. Somebody else is eating that entire fucking cheesecake.
that's probably
Well,
him.
yeah, they said that.
It's probably
Well,
him.
because there's mom, stepdad. She has 4 kids. So so yeah, there's 6 people in the house and
Reasonable.
12 slices of cheesecake. So everybody gets 2 slices and she had 1. So someone doubled up, whatever. Maybe it's him.
I mean,
Again,
all right.
she could be lying.
Why don't you fuck like your brother?
Damn it.
Oh my god.
Ah.
Well, I don't think we're going to top that, and I don't think we should.
Now, if we want to, for the sake of the argument's sake, you could take the stepfather's side. Hey, listen, I'm looking for your general health. You need to like put that stuff down. Let's get some weight training going. Like maybe he's the king of negative reinforcement. I know. I'll save her life. I will call her a fat fuck, and that will I will shame her into becoming like. It's like, did you guys ever watch those back in the days? Those talk shows where it's like I was shitty, I was fat and ugly in high school, but look at me now. And they always want some Sally Jesse Raphael talk show, and they would always bring the person back in. They're all like ripped or supermodel or got big now.
That was the golden age of making fun of fat people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ever see
really
Chunk from the Goonies
as a chubby guy? Was he ripped now?
Dude.
Yeah.
Well, what a fucking sellout.
I mean,
his
career was being called Chunk.
Yeah, well, so was mine.
Do the truffle shuffle,
Yeah. So, sometimes maybe it works.
Yeah, well.
Call your kids a fat fuck.
I think there are probably less traumatic ways to. I mean, spite's a great motivator. You might want to like get in shape just to spite somebody who's giving you a hard time. But
this is a true story. My when I turned 13, my aunt bought me a training bra.
What is? I don't know what it is.
Well, it's the first bra they give to young girls who are starting to form.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Oh, wow, that's wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Did you push her down some stairs at some point?
No, I mean, but I did. I did go like this is true story. I did for years. Like I was bulimic and anorexic. I would eat things and throw up because I felt like a fat piece of shit. Like so. Like, and I spent all the time in the gym because I'm insane. Because I had like the body dysmorphia issue. So yeah, I feel for this kid. I feel for them. Like so. If you're out there and you don't feel good about yourself, you're beautiful. You're great. Just work out. Just hey, eat a little less, exercise a little bit more. You'll be fine. And that's life, man. Don't let other people like put you in a box.
Yeah.
Now, if they call you fat fuck,
Yeah. I mean, it's not always gonna have the, I guess, the positive outcome that these people clearly wish it to have because they're only looking out for you.
Yeah.
A little bit of kind of like, getting a bit muffiny round the middle there, man. As opposed to, hey, diabetes, why are you eating cheesecake, you fat fuck?
Like, I don't think walking to one of my guy friends and grabbing him by like, what's up, bitch tits? And just really hanging on really tight and shaking him up and down. Like, cha, 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 cha. I don't know if that's going to have the impact.
No, that's fun.
I mean,
when your stepfather does it, though.
It's like, no, this is inappropriate.
Yeah.
You're a figure you're a figure of step authority. Look, just let me do my thing. I'll call you if I get trapped in the washing machine. Oh no, that's cruel. No, she's definitely not the asshole. He's a dick. If you genuinely have concerns about someone, there are better ways of doing it. Obviously, I think it's kind of been scientifically proven it doesn't work. So
No,
That worked for Gibby.
it worked for me.
he's
No.
an outlier.
It came with years of being fucked up.
Let me tell you, it didn't work for me.
No.
I'm going to eat a checheesecake directly after this podcast.
Yeah, but you're also like powerlifter.
There's going to be none
big,
of this
so
fucking
it did,
slicing
like,
and shit. I'm going to eat that cheesecake like a hamburger.
You're built like a guy who punches out horses. You're built like Mongo. So maybe it did.
That was the one advantage I had in powerlifting. When I first started it goes like, yeah, you've got like a built-in counterweight. It's like, oh, I knew that'd be handy for something one
Hey, what's
day.
that code for, asshole?
I knew that was handy for something other than cheesecake storage.
Also, cheesecake's delicious.
It is delicious. I mean, it's like the crack cocaine of dessert foods.
It really is.
Well, yeah, I think an obvious conclusion there. I hope there's a follow-up for am I the asshole for pushing my stepdad down the stairs? And yeah, she won't be. All right, well, that was an interesting. I feel like we got a glimpse into some people's lives today. That was fun.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be able to have a family argument around a dinner table again without thinking, well, this could go much worse.
See, part of me's putting them all together. So there's a family dinner at a steakhouse. One girl's farting. Someone is like one like, oh, but you fucked your brother, or you fucked 200 people. Like, you didn't fuck anybody. Hey, fatty, put down that cheesecake, And there's just some guy who married into this family. Like, fuck
Shit.
all you people. Like,
You were not clear about your past nor your present. I am leaving.
you also weren't clear about these inbred like
Fucking
hillbillies
awful family.
that you told me about. I'm gonna take my monocle and go home now. So
It's just one girl there. It's just like, all I want to do is take a shower, and they called me a whore.
she's leaving damn spots on the table on the chair underneath her.
Oh God.
I did to rewind back to that one. Maybe that mom was trying to help, because I did Google during this time, like, excessive showers can be bad for ladies when
True,
it comes
true.
to their pH balance. So maybe mom was looking out for her. Maybe it runs in
Yeah.
the family. Maybe there are other things. So
She could have just
it's-
said that. She could have just had the WAP discussion.
she hands her one of those like things you used to do for pools to test the pH balance. Put little droppers in there. Just use this and find out. So
You've got a
Shake it up.
whack-ass pH balance. I don't know how the conversation goes, but presumably exactly like that. Oh, this has been enlightening. Yeah, I enjoyed this one.
that's a term. Yeah.
I say it for regular listeners. Normally, we do this as a Mimic Chest, which is our secret podcast, on the Patreon, which you can join for $5 or the price of an adequate cup of coffee.
You know who could use some enlightening? That fat fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Settle down there, diabetes.
Oh my God. You have one less cheesecake a month. You could join our Patreon. Jesus.
A good cheesecake's $20. That's like 4 months.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
one less whole cheesecake is 4 months of entertainment.
Yeah. But if I buy an entire cheesecake, it's getting eaten that day. That's not feasible. But yeah, so you can find more of that. I think we got a couple on the YouTube anyway that were released as bonuses. So please do go look them up if you enjoyed this. And join us next time for either a regular game or more nonsense. We hope to see you then. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Authors and Dragons is brought to you under a Creative Commons license, meaning you are free to share this material so long as credit is given to those who created it, which is us, the people you just heard play the game. Opening and closing themes performed by the Gore Core 4.
Authors and dragons!